Hey Challenge Team, today we're going to continue on with our series of videos about things that I have found confusing or challenging about doing the various Beachbody programs over the years. A lot of you will be doing these exercises for the first time or the first time in a long time, and one of the main things we need to do is make sure the form of the exercises is correct, particularly when you're doing higher intensity exercises, jumps, exercises under weight. You want to make sure your form's correct because that'll prevent injury. Today we're going to focus on push-ups. Push-ups are, when done properly, some of the best exercises for your chest, your shoulders, and for engaging your core. But a lot of us, our form is incorrect and it releases the core or puts pressure on the wrong areas and can lead to, at best, lack of results and at worst, injury. So we're going to talk a little bit about push-up forms. In subsequent videos we're going to talk about how to do squats properly, both with and without weights. And also how to use resistance bands properly and how to do back exercises, particularly deadlifts, with the proper form. Since we're going to be doing push-ups on the floor, I figured we'd start down here. The important thing to remember when doing push-ups is that your entire body has to be straight. If your back is sagging or your backside is up in the air, you've taken a lot of the work off the core and lost a lot of the benefit, plus you've put a lot of strain on your shoulders, which can lead to injury. So let me start with the proper technique, and then I'll show you some of the sort of wrong techniques, and you can make sure you're doing it properly. The proper technique is generally to have your hands under your shoulders, or maybe just a little bit wider. You want to have your legs out behind you, and I'll show you how to do it on your toes first, and then we can talk about how doing it on your knees. And you want to have your back flat, okay? As you go down, your elbows are going to go out to the side. You're going to come just till they're 90 degrees and come back up. That's the proper form. Now here are some common mistakes. The most common is when your core is weak, you have a tendency to sag your back. When that happens, it takes the pressure off your core but really hurts your lower back, and then people try to do this kind of nonsense. Your chest is still up, your midsection's on the ground, and it doesn't work. The other problem people do to take the pressure off their core is they stick their butts up in the air. When that happens, there's no pressure on your core, and your chest comes down first with your butt still sticking straight out, and it releases the entire core and puts a lot of pressures on your shoulders, which unfortunately is something I know about and can lead to injury. So that's a really common mistake as well. Moving on to the last issue, a lot of times people release their cores because they're not strong enough. And in those cases, the best thing to do is, instead of doing them on your toes, do them on your knees. The right way is not to be on your knees and stick your butt up in the air and do this. You're not just doing upper body. You want to be on your knees, your body pressure, the pressure over your shoulders and over your arms, so the entire body acts as one unit. So it's not this, it's this. Okay? Alright, hopefully you guys found that useful and will maintain good form while doing your push-ups. And the next video we'll talk a little bit more about form for squats, and then we'll move on to other subjects as well.